We're hearing more and more about the potential and existing benefits of cannabis and the components of cannabis to improve healthcare and improve health outcomes. Mikael, at EMMAC, you've created a collaboration platform with Imperial College, and you yourself have been a long-term researcher in trying to understand how cannabis can improve the world. And Simon, at Imperial College, you're leading up collaborative research with EMMAC. How does the collaboration with EMMAC work?
So I think it's a collaboration that works well for both EMMAC and Imperial, in that EMMAC is able to provide both the expertise in the cannabis plant and all the active pharmaceutical ingredients that are within it, as well as help to fund specific research students and research projects. And what we're able to do at Imperial is integrate that within our already formed research themes. This includes themes such as pain. So we have pain experts who are working both in preclinical models in Petri dishes right the way through to clinical trials. And we're able to use that expertise within our models that we've already created. Then in addition to that, we also have research collaborations with the Institute of Cancer Research, who are world-leading experts into preclinical cancer research. And so what we're able to do is marry up the expertise from EMMAC with our experts in cancer research to really form a mutually beneficial partnership.
As a consumer of CBD products myself, I've certainly seen the benefits, but I've also seen a wide variance in quality. What kind of positive indications are you experiencing already, Mikael?
Like Simon said, pain is something that we've been looking at a lot because there's an unmet clinical need. There's a lot of patients in pain around the world. And also particularly, well, in Europe as well as the States, we've got the problem with the opioid epidemic. It's a huge problem, and we probably think that many patients should not be taking them, and if we could wean them off, we would really see health benefits, and we would probably reverse some of the problems that we've seen in the States related to overdoses and other things. It's important to be able to develop cannabis-based medicines in the context of the science. So what we do with our collaboration with Imperial is we start off in a Petri dish, and we take human neurons and we add cannabinoid compounds to them and see how they fire, essentially. And then we can compare these different compounds, and we can determine in a Petri dish what's likely to cause the best pain relief in somebody who's got neuropathic pain. Then we take that into different models and translate it to clinical trials. And that is how you develop a medicine that's going to be effective in the long run.
Exactly. And on that note, Simon, there's an exciting roadmap of personalization opportunities in cannabis. How does that look?
Obviously, most people know cannabidiol and THC, but there are over 250 active pharmaceutical ingredients within the cannabis plant. So what we're going to try and look into is the entourage effect, which is where if we're giving different components from the cannabis plant, how that affects different pain receptors, and then how that then translates into overall clinical effect once we're able to translate it into human trials.
So what can consumers expect to be the outcome?
From a pain point of view, we already have good clinical evidence that it works and it is effective, particularly for those with chronic types of pain. In terms of other indications for how we move things forward, there's a lot of other things in terms of psychiatric diagnoses, depression, anxiety. I know there's a lot of promise and media speculation about its role in cancer. Preclinical level, we've seen a lot of promising data, but actually it's not really ready for that prime time role in cancer therapies due to the fact it hasn't really entered into clinical trials yet.
So, Mikael, how should health regulators and payer systems and insurance companies think about the cannabis rollout?
And that varies vastly between different countries, obviously. So in the United Kingdom, what happens normally is that drugs go through a drug development process, and then they're evaluated through a committee called NICE to determine whether they have cost effectiveness. And so for cannabis, it has to go through the same process. And as a matter of fact, NICE evaluated 4 different conditions recently as to whether the taxpayer should fund cannabis-based medicines in the UK, and said a yes to 3 of them. We just have to work away at the evidence, get better and better evidence, and as the costs of the medicines go down, because that's obviously
this is a key priority.
That's a factor as well in whether a public healthcare system is going to pay for it. So at one point, you're going to reach a threshold where the numbers stack up.